Jupiter, our most benefic planet, has just turned retrograde on October 9th. Today, we'll take a look at what that means for all of us. It's a very impactful transit, so stay tuned for all the details. Hello, everybody. I'm Tina Chaudhary. Welcome to my channel and a very warm namaste. Aham Brahmasmi. Before I even begin, please note that my calculations and predictions are based on Vedic astrology, not Western astrology. Also, my predictions for the zodiac signs later in the video is based on your ascendant, which is your rising sign, and it is also called Lagna in Hindi. So if you don't know your rising sign, I have the link to a website in my description box for that. You can click on it and enter your birth information, such as the date, time and place of birth, and it shows you the detailed Vedic birth chart, and the planetary details, including your ascendant below, are going to be below the chart. So just make sure you listen to the correct zodiac. So it'll show you the chart, and you just scroll below that, and it shows you all the planetary details. Very good to have for all my future. So now let's take a look at what Jupiter is doing. So it has been transiting in the zodiac of Taurus since May 1st of this year, 2024. And now on October 9th, it will commence its retrograde phase. This retrograde phase lasts for 119 days. So that is going to be until February 4th, 2025. Yes, until next year. So Jupiter actually becomes retrograde every year for about 4 months. So there's nothing unusual about it at all. However, the retrograde phase of the slow-moving planets such as Saturn, Rahu, and Ketu, and of course Jupiter, are pretty impactful and significant to most individuals as well as the world. So that's why we always take a look at it when it does this annual retrograde. Now, retrograde means to move backwards, but as I've mentioned in several of my previous retrograde planet videos, a planet does not actually move backwards. It's actually an optical illusion from the point of view from the Earth that it just seems to be moving backwards. But actually it is still in direct motion. The reason it seems to be moving backwards is because the Earth is passing by it in its rotation around the Sun. So the Jupiter is here and Earth is kind of moving by it. So retrograde motion is considered a very powerful time for that planet's influence because its effects are intensified at that time, which is why we take a look at it. So planetary retrograde signifies a time of introspection, especially about matters and issues from the past, and then maybe realizing things that we were either unable to complete or where we possibly made some mistakes and need to correct them now. So basically, I've always thought of a retrograde phase as you review something, you revise it, or then you repeat it of matters related from the past. So that's always how I review a retrograde. So what are the general matters that may come up for the review and introspection for all of us during this retrograde phase? Since Jupiter is in Taurus, and Taurus primarily represents all our resources, so the obvious ones are wealth and finance. But family, food, and our mouth is also represented by Taurus. So our speech and the words we use to communicate is also represented as well. Now, Jupiter is the planet of wisdom, expansion, growth, knowledge, and spirituality. So when it goes retrograde, it encourages us to introspect and self-reflect. So it's time to revisit past decisions, reevaluate your financial structure, review family relationships, and rethink about your career and professional goals. So some of us may consider dietary changes and encourage to reevaluate your religious and spiritual beliefs as well. Overall, it's a time to redo or retry some things that you may have attempted in the past, and some of us may even have to correct some past mistakes that we made in the past. As far as health is concerned, the mouth is represented by Taurus. So people may have dental issues or even digestive issues because it represents food. So that could be very frequently occur during this time where people have dental issues or digestive issues. So that's something. And Jupiter also represents breathing. So people that are prone to asthma or thyroid issues or anything glandular. So that could be diabetes or respiratory issues. So if people have had that in the past, need to be a little vigilant about those kind of health issues. But I've mentioned that in my predictions for each zodiac, which zodiacs are more prone to some of the health issues coming back. But that's what Jupiter represents as far as health is concerned. So now I am going to move on to predictions for each zodiac. Remember, this is for your ascendant sign, rising sign, or lagna. Make sure you listen to the correct one. And also at this time, I'm going to remind you, please do subscribe to my channel. And for all those people that have already subscribed, thank you very, very much. Also, please share this video with friends and family. This is a long transit, it's 4 months, so it's rather impactful for all of us. So sharing it with not only help them, but it helps me get some views also. And I'm going to mention that this outfit is courtesy of one of my very, very, very dear subscribers. And she visited San Diego from India, and so she brought me this. I generally don't like accepting gifts from any subscribers, but she came here and she's become a very, very dear friend. So if you like this outfit, it's courtesy her designing, and it's so beautiful. I enjoyed wearing it. So thank you very much, Ganga Didi, for this beautiful outfit that you brought me from India. She knows my style, so she picked up quite a few outfits for me. So you'll be seeing me in those in the next couple of few videos. But Ganga Didi, thank you so much. I've enjoyed wearing this. It's such a beautiful outfit. So now I move on to predictions. Aries, Jupiter is going to be retrograde in your second house. So this is time to introspect about your family relationships, your financial situation, your dietary habits, as well as a type of communication, your speech pattern that's been in the last several months. You may realize that you have not fulfilled some of your family responsibilities or spent enough time with your family in the past few months, several months. Maybe it's about how you handled your finances as well. So now you start making some changes in your life. So if there were some loans that you have been thinking about either paying off or taking on this time, you may put those into action as well. However, I would suggest not to take on new loans because paying them off could take a longer time. So there could also be some events that had been getting delayed and now will finally get done. Family events, continually that were getting planned and postponed as well. So now those events are going to happen. So lots of family events take place as well. So also now you need to have flexibility and patience because events get planned, delayed, planned, delayed. There could also be some growth in your finances and family as well. Some of you will make significant changes in your dietary habits or food choices, and this could be the result of wanting to take better care of your health. Just make sure you be aware of people that give you wrong advice on how to manage your money. Also use your words, your speech carefully with family members and don't hurt anyone's feelings. So this is a time where you make changes. You spend a lot more time with your family and you try to manage your finances better. This is what that retrograde phase is about. So start thinking about it and make those necessary changes. Taurus, Jupiter is going to be retrograde in your own ascendant house, which is the first house, which represents you yourself. So now you start thinking about how you can take better care of your own health, your physical appearance as well. Some Taurians can even get makeovers and some can make drastic changes to their dietary habits. There are some that may even go back to how they used to take care of themselves in the past, but then had stopped for some time or for some reason, and now they feel like reverting back to that way of taking care of their physical body. So this is all about your physical transformation. Taurus also may feel drawn to spirituality and leading a more cleaner, holistic life at this time. This could be either doing yoga, meditation, or simply listening to mantras, spiritual talks, stuff like that. Jupiter in the first house is considered a very positive transit in general in terms of positive transformation for your personality. So make full use of this retrograde phase to introspect and think about what are some of the changes that you could make in yourself physically and emotionally that would enhance your personality to bring out the best aspects about it. Now, this is also very positive for your father as well as gains for the whole entire family, gains for yourself as well. You may spend money on things and investments to benefit the family, especially if you have children. If Jupiter is not well placed, it could give some health issues such as diabetes, breathing, digestive, and dental issues as well. But this is a time when you spend a lot of time with your children, and you should do that. And also, this is a time when you physically transform yourself. So most Taurians, I think, will undergo a very nice, positive physical transformation at this time. So good luck, Taurus. Gemini, Jupiter is retrograde in your 12th house, and this is the house of expenses, losses, isolation, foreign countries. So this phase is one of isolation primarily, and also some of you may travel to foreign countries. Now, if you live in a foreign country already, then you may travel back to your home country as well during this time. Some Geminis may be very drawn to spirituality and religion due to this feeling of wanting peace and isolation from everyone. So they may choose to sit alone, introspect about relationships and finance, or just simply listen to music and read books. Those Geminis that are involved with foreigners or foreign countries via profession or personal matters could benefit greatly during this time financially. Those involved with finance, jewelry, gold, and food matters via their profession, this is a very favorable time for you. Now, someone from the past could come back into your life as well during this time. There could be a lot of expenses related to medical matters, and especially medical testing specifically. You could spend a lot of money or travel on that. The expenses could also be related to investments that you may have been thinking about for a very long time, but finally will make that now. Now, my guidance for Gemini is to stay spiritual. And if you want, you can also stay close to your divine by saying your favorite prayers and showing your gratitude to your divine. That's always a very good remedy when you have a 12th house transit of any planet. Staying spiritual, because the 12th house does signify loss and expenses, but it also does signify spirituality. So in order to utilize that energy of the 12th house, staying spiritual from your heart, not just pretend spiritual, actually takes that energy of the 12th house and makes it a little more positive. So that's an excellent remedy. Stay spiritual. You could do meditation. That's also a very good thing. Listening to spiritual talks, staying close to your divine. It's a very good remedy for Geminis right now. Cancer, Jupiter is going to be retrograde in your 11th house. The 11th house is of desires, gains from your career. Now, this could be a favorable transit for for Cancer, depending upon how they manage this energy. But they need to make sure not to get into conflict with their seniors, bosses, elderly people in the home as well. There could be this temptation due to some past issue that comes up again at work. And there are issues that get created in the workplace. So resist the urge to argue or fight with others and just let it pass. Control your speech and words that you use, not only in the workplace, but at home as well. There is the possibility that someone from your past who you haven't heard from or seen in a long time, either a friend or a colleague or a relative, comes back into your life in a very positive way during this time. They may even prove to be helpful going forward in your life. Also, any attempts to take on any loans during this phase, there could be some difficulty in getting them, and also there could be delays in paying them off later. So resist the urge to take on too many loans during this time, but definitely this is a time where the focus is going to be on material gains, but especially on career matters as well. Hold your patience, use this energy wisely to think about what you need to do in the workplace better. So think about all the mistakes or that you may have made in the past, or how you could have handled things better, and then put those into practice. And this is going to get you very good gains after the retrograde phase is over. So good luck, Cancer. Leo, Jupiter is retrograde in your 10th house. This is the career house. So this indicates that there could be a lot of changes in your work and career. You may be actively working on matters of your career during this time. So it could be traveling a lot, even sending out resumes or interviewing a lot. Some of you may be trying to reconnect with past colleagues and reaching out to them as well during this phase. There's also a time to review your career goals as well. how you can and what you can do to move forward in life. Most importantly, it's time to introspect within yourself as to what you may have done in the past that you need to improve on for the future. This is a very powerful time for transformation in your career, and my guidance is that you take expert advice or career counseling on how to grow further in your career or how to move forward in it. This will prove to be extremely beneficial to you in the long term. There can be good benefits or help from women during this time, so definitely take advantage of this time. Take care of your father's health, especially if he's elderly or if he's not generally in good health. Make sure you maintain that relationship, take good care of his health, and good luck. Virgo, Jupiter is retrograde in your 9th house. This phase is of change and new expansions. This is also the house of luck and religious travel, so it's a positive phase for Virgos. Some Virgos may relocate or have some real estate transaction or even purchase a new vehicle during this time. It could in some way relate to the past, maybe where you used to live, or a home or a vehicle similar to the one that you have had previously. Your spouse or business may also undergo transformation or changes that are very beneficial for you as well. The chances of travel during this whole phase is very high. Some Virgos may go on religious travel during this time as well, and those travels are going to be extremely beneficial, as well as bringing on new and positive changes in your life, as well as yourself in terms of how you think and handle life. So definitely, if there's a chance, do it. There's a chance that someone now enters your life that provides you positive emotional support and good guidance going forward. Welcome the chance to meet new people, especially on your travels and journeys. Don't stay in isolation. Go out and meet a lot of people, and this will bring new people that are very beneficial to you and lucky for you going forward. So don't stay in isolation. Go out and meet as many people as you can. Travel, do good positive travels, and that's going to be beneficial for you also. So good luck for that. Libra, Jupiter is going to be retrograde in your 8th house. It's considered a challenging house sometimes, but the best significations of the 8th house is transformation. So this is a time of transformation for you. This is the time when you feel anxious and stressed about things in general. There does not need to be a valid reason for your stress or tension, but that's just how you will feel for perhaps no reason. You need to control your fears and anxieties at this time, or they could damage your health. Jupiter is the significator of our breath, so it's time to take care of your health. If there were any health issues you faced some time ago, you need to be vigilant about some of those symptoms recurring. So you need to reflect on what you need to do to stay healthy and maintain a very healthy lifestyle, which includes change of dietary habits as well as doing some physical workout. It could be anything you are comfortable with. It doesn't necessarily mean something strenuous, going to the gym or anything. It's just something, take care of your physical health. You also need to evaluate yourself in terms of relationships, especially in your marriage. So instead of finding fault with your spouse, make the necessary changes in yourself. So think about your health, think about your relationships, and reevaluate how you're handling them in the past, make the necessary changes. So this is where your transformation will be, in how you take care of yourself so you can be healthier and happier. Now, the remedy for this is practicing deep breathing or doing breathing exercises, and that could do wonders, not only for your physical health, but also if you're feeling mentally exhausted or fearful in any way. Jupiter, like I said, signifies a breath, hence the breathing remedy is magic for everyone. Now, I would suggest holding off on doing any new investments also during this phase. Wait until after February, because you may not be making the best choices during these retrograde months. Be especially careful also about people giving you all this incorrect financial advice as well. So just hold off. Don't take anybody's advice. Think about it yourself, but do wait until after February. So this is a great time for transformation in yourself, bringing out the best person that you could be, the healthiest person you can be. Think about how you can handle relationships better. Think about what mistakes you made in the past about handling relationships, especially with your spouse, even could be with your in-laws, and then make the necessary changes in yourself. Don't think about what the mistakes the other person has made. This is not the time for that. It's going to get worse if you do that. Just think about what changes you need to make and then make those changes. And that's what this transformation is about. Good luck. Scorpio, Jupiter is going to be retrograde in your 7th house. This is especially powerful and beneficial time for business owners. So you should introspect on what are those business practices in the past that didn't prove to be beneficial and those that were. So think about making changes in your business accordingly. Don't forget to put thought in about the employees that are performing well as opposed to those that are not, and make the necessary changes as well. So a client or a customer from the past may reach out to you again. So this is a good thing about your business. As for others, your spouse may even show an interest in initiating a new business or a project at this time. So this is good for that, right? Single Scorpios, if you have been in a relationship for a while, you could actually move forward and make a firm commitment, either get engaged or even married during this time. If Jupiter is not well placed in your chart, excuse me, there could be challenges in love life or in the marriage as well. But my guidance to all Scorpio is not to share any personal information about their relationships, business, and finances with anyone else at this time, not even close friends and families. That could be damaging to the relationship or your situation in life. So the 7th house is how other people perceive you. And hence, when you start showing off, talking about things that are going on in your life, then the retrograde Jupiter's energy is going to be where it's going to be damaging. So don't share things about yourself. So what does Scorpio have to think about and introspect? The 7th house is how you interact with others, not just your spouse, but also all the other people that you interact with on a daily basis. So this is what Scorpio needs to think about, introspect, review, and think about, well, how am I interacting with everybody else? Is my attitude okay, or does it need an adjustment? So think about how you are interacting with the whole world, which means it includes everybody. Literally, you could go to a store and how you interact with that person in the store, your coworkers, your family. This is everybody, right? So think about how you're interacting with them, and then how you could become a better person. How can others perceive you as a better person? So this is a time that you need to become a better person to the whole world. So that's what Jupiter is signifying for Scorpio. Transform yourself or review yourself, and then do what you can, change yourself to become just a better person that people like dealing with a lot better. Even if you think you're pretty good, maybe you can become better. Sagittarius, Jupiter is going to be retrograde in your 6th house. This is the time of hard work and putting in a lot more effort to achieve your dreams and desires. Think about what is it that you want to achieve, and what you are going to need to do to achieve it. Also, what are some corrections in your daily schedule or routine that you need to make in order to put in that hard work to achieve it? This is a time to not become lethargic, so make sure you take advantage of this time by working hard and towards your financial and career goals. Just be aware of people that approach you with advice regarding these two matters, which is career, finance, and all those things, because the advice may not really be the best. So don't trust people blindly at this time. It's possible some of your past work issues, errors, or incompleted tasks are brought up in the workplace, and you're asked to fix or complete them during this time. So if there was any of those, you might want to complete or correct them before someone else brings them up and makes it a big issue. For some Sagittarius, there could be some disputes that come up related to finances, loans, or even real estate, and it could be within the family, so become aware of that. 6th house also indicates your health. So if there was any health issues that you were suffering from previously, then there's a tendency that it might come back. Jupiter-related health issues are the glandular type of issues, such as thyroid, diabetes, breathing. stuff like that. So also I would guide you to stay away from sugary and fried foods, because that would be bad for your health. Your ascendant lord has retrograded in the 6th house, is probably a testing time for your health. So take very good care of your health at this time. Some of you may even go back to your old health habits that you used to have before. If they were good, you might become good. If they used to be bad, then you might have bad health habits. So but do take good care of your health habits during this time. Become aware and very vigilant if some of those crop up again, and make sure you get treated right away. Capricorn, Jupiter is retrograde in your 5th house. For those Capricorns that have young children, there will be intense focus on their children and gathering resources for them, such as planning for their education, saving money for them, and basically long-term planning for the children. Just be aware of others giving you incorrect advice at this time. So make sure you research matters carefully and do your own thinking and planning. Don't take advice from others at this time. For the single Capricorn, there's good news, because if you were looking for somebody, there could be somebody from the past, a friend from the past, or somebody you dated from the past that comes back into your life again. If you were trying to get an old girlfriend or boyfriend back in your life, maybe you can try it this time. For students, there may be a change of heart on what course of study to do. So you may have been pursuing one course of study, and now you may change your mind and go back to something maybe you did before, or you may change your mind completely and pursue a different course of study. As far as investments are concerned and financial planning are concerned, that's going to be quite a bit of focus. Now, a lot of Capricorns might finally make investments in something that they have been planning for a while or thinking about for a while. Also, some of the Capricorns, as far as financial planning is concerned, may make investments in something that they had thought about for a long time but had delayed, and so now they're finally going to make that investment. My guidance to you at this time is don't take investment advice from just anybody. If it's expert advice, that's fine, but not from friends and family. This isn't the time to do that. You may not get good advice. So financial planning is good to do, but just make sure you take good advice from somebody that's an expert, not just friends and family. For Capricorns that had a hobby that they used to practice a long time ago, or some arts or crafts or singing or dancing, something like that, like a talent that they used to do a long time ago but had stopped, there's a very good chance that they start practicing it again now. All of a sudden they get interested in it, remember it, and then they start practicing it again at this time now. Aquarius, Jupiter is going to be retrograde in your 4th house. This is a time when good things and positive energy will be present in your domestic environment. There could even be some happy or auspicious celebrations in the home. It would be beneficial to bring about some positive changes in your home environment, so getting rid of clutter, keeping your home clean is very important now. Planting flowers or trees also provides very beneficial results at this time. Some Aquarians might have indecisiveness regarding purchasing of real estate. So they may be tempted to do it and then not do it and then regret later. This is a time to introspect about what gives them true happiness and joy at home, and then set up their domestic environment accordingly. This is certainly a phase where Aquarius is not going to be worried about financial matters. In fact, they may finally get paid the money that was due to them from a very long time ago as well. And some Aquarians may also reconnect with family or friends that they had lost touch with for a very long time or hadn't met with for a long time. Visiting or traveling to places where you may have lived in the past is possible during this phase as well. This is a positive transit for Aquarius as far as mental peace and happiness is concerned, and connecting with friends is concerned. So good luck, Aquarius. Pisces, Jupiter is retrograde in your 3rd house. This is the house of travel, siblings, and neighbors. But this is also about your communication and self-effort. So this phase will have Pisces introspecting about events from the past related to siblings that perhaps they could have handled a little better. Also, they need to think about where they need to put a little more self-effort in order to achieve their career and financial goals that they have set for themselves. Or they may actually even need to review their goals and maybe even reset them, and then decide what kind of effort and action plan they need to put into place to achieve those goals. Some Pisces may also start learning new skills relating to finances or their career or something related to their job or profession. Pisces may even spend a lot of time talking and discussing these kinds of things with their siblings and friends on the phone, such as new things that they're learning. They may want to discuss it, talk about it all the time with a lot of people. But there will certainly be a lot of communication and talk related to the past regarding matters of family and finance. My guidance is to pay attention to your manner of communication. If you feel that there are certain improvements and that need to be made, then most certainly make them. Make sure that when you talk about all these things from the past or you discuss them, make sure that your communication is positive. You don't focus on negative things. Make sure you always focus on the positive, and you don't criticize or become sarcastic with others and point out faults about the others, blame other people. This is a time of introspection. This is not a time to criticize other people. So the third house getting activated means your communication is getting activated, and this is what you need to introspect about, your own communication, not others. So make sure you introspect about what you could have said better, what you need to say, and how you need to say things better moving forward, and how you need to improve your communication skills. We all think that we say things perfectly, we're good at it. We really don't need improvement, but we could all use some improvements in our life in all fields. For Pisces, it's going to be their manner of communication and how they handle relationships with their siblings and also friends, maybe some close friends, and also maybe neighbors, but neighbors really means close friends. So good luck, Pisces. With this, I come to the end of my video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Make sure you send it to friends and family. I will see you on my next video. Goodbye for now. See you.